Hey y'all, I'm Amy. I'm here again to tell you about some of the therapy tools that I use every day that work for me. As somebody who works in the mental health field and went to therapy themselves and practices therapy skills, these are tips and tricks that I know work for me and might work for you. And I thought that we could review some of them together. So let's go ahead and get started. First of all, here's my little friend, Miss Molly. This is one of my therapy skills, is petting my furry friend. Say hello, Miss Molly. Say hello. So this leads me to therapy skill number 1, which is self-soothe. So when I'm feeling overwhelmed, distressed, have a lot going on in terms of emotions and stuff like that, you want to gear towards doing something that feels soothing for yourself. Whether that's petting a furry friend in the corner that you can't see. Here she is again. Say hello, Miss Molly. Or having a nice sweater over you, or taking a bubble bath is a common therapy skill that gets talked about. Whatever feels soothing to you could be anything that has to do with the 5 senses, that being smell, taste, touch, hearing, and seeing. So if you can think of anything, and if you have a particular sense that is very standing out to you, for example, for me, hearing is something like music is super soothing to me, or visuals can be super soothing, versus like smells are soothing but not as impactful for me personally. But if there's a sense that really gets you in that soothing state, go after that. We're all individual people, and what works for me might not work for you, and so we need to trial and error it out. So going after those 5 senses, okay, that is self-soothe. Another skill that I use daily is called opposite action. Now, opposite action kind of sounds exactly what it is, which is doing the opposite of whatever action you have the initial urge to do. So let's say I am afraid of hanging out with a certain friend, going to the gym. I have anxiety about something other, but let's take gym anxiety since I'm a gym girly. I have my friend who is anxious about going to the gym. Doesn't feel like it's somewhere that she can be herself. Whatever the story is. I know that's a lot of people's stories, is they have anxiety about going to the gym and they're afraid of looking funny, not doing the moves correctly. What outfit are they gonna wear? Are people gonna be looking at them? All the above. So that anxiety can cause us to do what? Avoid. Yeah, that's right. So avoid the gym. So a lot of people, really have this strong desire. Their doctor or their therapist or their best friend or somebody has been telling them, oh, the gym is going to help you out so much. And they know that the gym is going to be good for them, or going outside and doing activity, right? But they have this anxiety that is causing them to avoid. So opposite action would be, I have this strong urge to avoid, and I'm going to go and do the damn thing anyway. As easy as that, and it's as hard as that, because as you probably may know, trying to go to the gym when you don't want to is quite hard. But what we can do is notice our urge. Have that greater awareness of, oh, I'm having that urge to avoid. I know that that urge is likely to happen. So I'm going to actually plan in advance, which is another skill of how to avoid the urge to avoid. We call that avoiding. So what you could do is, okay, I know I'm a person who's likely to have that urge to avoid going to the gym. So I'm going to set myself up for success in some way, shape, or form. Whether that's getting a cute new outfit to wear to the gym, whether that's making a banging playlist that you're so excited to listen to, whether that's planning out your exercises in advance so you don't go to the gym and look at all the equipment and become overwhelmed. These will all help you act opposite to avoiding the gym. Acting opposite, though, has to do with a lot of different emotions, right? You could also, feel a lot of anger sometimes that is causing you to maybe have that urge to lash out. You could have sadness that is causing you to want to retreat or cry or, kind of like clam up like this. Shame also causes us, the urge to hide or shy away. Something that I dealt with a lot initially was shame. And it had a lot to do with, not trying a lot of things. So, for example, if I really wanted to hang out with somebody that seemed really cool and interesting, I might feel like fear about asking them to hang out. And then even after I asked them to hang out, I would really dwell on how did I ask them and overthink, second guess, and think about over-analyzing what I had said and stuff like that. And that would cause me a lot of shame, which would inhibit my ability to have a hangout with that person that felt genuine and authentic and true to myself and my spirit. So acting opposite to shame and to anxiety really helped in those cases. Acting opposite to anxiety, we already talked about, which is avoiding, right? Go ahead and do the thing anyway. Ask that friend to hang out. Acting opposite to shame is a little bit similar, which is actually doing the thing that fires shame in front of people who won't reject you over and over and over again. Sound fun? Yeah, I know, right? Sounds super fun. So if shame gets prompted when you are, for example, like trying something new, like going to the gym, you have to keep at it and keep going back and keep doing that thing. We'll get into a future video of like trusting your spidey senses is what I call it, and trusting your instincts when something really isn't working out. But if you have that overactive shame button like I did, you really do have to get used to shame firing and get comfortable with, okay, shame is probably going to fire when I'm in a situation that I'm feeling uncomfortable and I'm feeling vulnerable. So I'm going to continue to do the thing anyway, even when shame is present. So that's acting opposite. Another thing that I practice every single day is self-compassion. So initially, when I started off my therapy journey, and I mentioned this in my last video, my Get Ready With Me, I was really, really hard on myself. And throughout the day, I would say to myself, I remember like, I hate myself, I hate myself, I hate myself. And I would say that in a loop all throughout the day, all day long. And even saying that back now, like, it increases my shame of like, man, I was so hard on myself before. But something that I started doing actually when I started practicing yoga is I started introducing more positive self-talk. So for example, saying to yourself something like, I did that today, good for me. Something as simple as that. Start off with something that feels realistic, something that you believe. So if saying to yourself something like, I feel beautiful, while that could be a goal to end up at, if that feels like inauthentic and disingenuous to you and actually creates that like, ugh, I just don't believe that at all. One, you could try acting opposite to that urge and try it anyway. Or we could try for something that feels a little bit more believable at first. So instead of I'm beautiful, you could start with, I do things that are hard. Or you could start with, I'm a good friend. Or you could start with, I watched this YouTube video today, even though I am learning therapy skills and I'm trying to learn how to do new things. That's a positive affirmation. You did something new today. I don't think you've watched this YouTube video before. And if you have, congratulations, you've watched it multiple times. And that's also a positive affirmation you could give yourself. So just in recap, I reviewed 3 skills with you today. 1, going backwards from the start, is self-compassion. Another one is opposite action, which is acting opposite to the urges that your emotions prompt you to want to do. And then the other one was self-soothing via your 5 senses. Let me know in the comments below if you have any other coping skills that you really love to use, or if you'd like me to review any others that you are curious about, you've heard about, but you don't know how to implement or put into practice. Remember that I am here for you. We are all doing this together. I'm so excited that you came back and watched another video. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a like. Go ahead and leave me a comment asking me questions or letting me know your thoughts, and you can subscribe to my channel as well. As always, I'm so glad that you're here, and I look forward to seeing you in the future. Okay. Mwah!